stop and try again.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So first things first, today's video is sponsored by Tradeify. So I'll give you a classic example of this job and why we use Tradeify. So for those of you who don't know what it is, it's a job management software. So for here, I've turned up, the plan's changed slightly. I've just sat in my van, which is just behind you, altered it, sent it over, it's been accepted straight away. Me and the customer know where we stand. Everything's all left me now just to crack on and do the job. So straight from leaving here, I can then transfer that straight away to a invoice, and then it'll be paid instantly. So those, if you want to try it like we did, there's a 14-day free trial, which I'll put in the link below. And then if you do like it, use the promo code GHAWK50 and you'll get 50% off for the first 3 months. So, that being said, I better tell you about the actual job that we're doing today. So it's a nice little job for me. So on the other side of this garage, we have got a security light that needs to be replaced because it's faulty. But what we're going to do with that, we're going to change that up and put some wireless switch in because it's no longer going to be a PIR light. We're actually going to do that on a switch. And then just up there, we're also going to replace that faulty one up there, but also inside where it's fed from, it's just on a plug top, and we're going to convert that and put that onto a fuse spur. So right, let's get set up and walk you around the job. So as you might gather, this is a new build site. Okay, so it's a standard new build. So they've brought in an armoured supply here. So we've got it on a 20 amps radial circuit, which is fed from the board, which is an 18th edition Hager board, no SPD and stuff on there. But anyway, such is life. So we've got a standard switch fed via a fuse spur, and then just above here is another fuse spur where they've put on for the security light, which is on the side. So if you can see up there, so that little bad boy up there, so we're going to replace that for a Luceco 20 watt, which is that bad boy up there, but we're going to do it slightly different. So if you notice on there, we've just got the flex run through. We're not going to do that. No. We use the old whisker boxes on there and do it properly. The other one that we sort out, English is not my finest today. So just above my head up here, there's another light up there that's needs replacing as such. But again, it's just a flex that's run straight into the house onto a plug top, and then just plugged into a socket. But we're going to change all that, neaten it all up, make sure it's a nice job. So first things first, I'm going to tackle the garage stuff first, because the customer's working in the room that's actually affected for that one up there, or for that light, sorry, up there. So I've got to be very mindful of trying to make sure that they can keep earning their money as well as I do. So, right, let's get this garage door down and have a look at the fuse spur. Okay, as with anything in garages, there's a few bits to move. Okay, so as I've said, there's just a flex been brought in to feed that light outside. So what we're going to do, we're going to strip all that out, and essentially what we're going to be mounting up there, wireless sender is going to be mounted up to interfere. So it's going to come out of here, power this up, then that's going to go off to the said light. That's the idea behind it. And I'll show you how to pair them up as well. They are quite simple in fairness, but first things first, I need to strip it all out. Okay, so time to get that light down. Okay, so we're going to use the whisker box for sorting this out. So we're going to use a stuffing gland at the bottom. So what we're going to do is there is like a rubber bung in the back of these ones. So we're going to line that up so that comes through that hole. So I'm going to drill an existing hole all the way through, just new mounting points on there. Okay, so we've got a Marksman doing its thing. Right, before that, need to go get some cable. Okay, so basically I've got all that all wired up now, so we haven't put in another massive hole straight through the garage. It's all nice and neat. We've also got now a means of, if this goes faulty later on, it's nice and easy to replace. We haven't got to then undo everything else indoors. It's literally just a replacement unit like that. Because let's face it, there's LEDs, things happen. So it's also important not to, you know, cut the cable too short as well, because obviously you need to have a bit of a loop on it. So obviously with rainwater and all the rest of it, and then that can be adjusted to suit. So they're quite smart. We're going to do the inside. Okay, wireless receiver, or sender, whatever, sender I'm going to go with. Because on the inside of that, you've only got incoming live and neutral and outgoing live and neutral. There's no terminals there for your CPCs. Now, because you still need to connect your CPCs, let's be honest. So I don't understand why they don't just give you a little terminal in there to take care of that. And that being said, so what I'm having to do is mount it inside an adaptable box. So that's going to mount inside there, so I can then connect my CPCs. The chance of anything happening is going to be slim to none in, you know, with an earth fault condition in that sense, for people touching it and all the rest of it, because it's high up and all the rest of it, but it's not right. So you need to make sure you connect the CPC. So don't be lazy and go, do you know what, I'm not going to do it. So it's 100% the right thing to do. Now, put it in the comments below if you think it's not, and I don't need to do it. Now, I'm doing it and I always have done it, making sure that those CPCs are connected all the way through. It's outside. You never really know what somebody might be. Let's put a potential scenario over there. So it's coming up to the summer and the customer wants to put a sail up, you know, for a bit of shade. And they're going to grab that hold of that light, and that potentially could be live. The bracketry and all the rest of it could potentially be live. Now, if you haven't connected your CPCs, you're in a bit of an issue, aren't you? So how many jobs have you done where you've not connected it, I wonder? So like I say, be honest, leave it in your comments. You know, am I just the only one who does this or what? But I just think for manufacturers as well, should always leave. So it's not to slate them, it's just should always leave an option for your CPCs, because I've got a whole job. So if you've watched the previous video on the £1 million house that I worked in, I've got to replace all the downlights in there, because the downlights don't have anywhere for the CPCs to go. So what the previous installer has done, he's just cut them all off. So he hasn't even connected them elsewhere. And because if I then just went round and reconnected all the CPCs, yes, technically I'm okay because it's all gone through, but I've got single insulated cables exposed and they're not within their enclosure, aren't they? So it's a bit of a conflict of interest on there, isn't it? So we are changing all those downlights. So yeah, so that's what the plan is. So for me, what I'm going to do is mount this up. So it might have to go on top of that joist, so you're going to struggle to see that. But the gist of it is we're going to put a stuffing gland in the side of this, and then I'm going to mount this up and then wire it all in. But hopefully I'll try and get you to see some, but obviously it's going to be a bit tricky because it's up there. So bear with me and I'll try and get you set up. Okay, so I think the best place for that to go, so rather than trying to push that and shoehorn that up there, I think it will actually be on top of here, which doesn't help you guys, but although saying that, I've got a strap across there, which is, so it's not going to fix to that very nice. What a dilemma. Yeah, we'll go with that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount that up there. I'm going to drill my 20mm through that. Okay, we'll get the stuffing gland in there. So basically, I'm going to take my feed from this fuse spur, is going to come up, because like I said, we're not going to replace all that. It's going to come up, drop down in here, okay? And then so that's going to be going into my inside for obvious reasons. It's going to be going in on this little bad boy, and then on my out is going to be connected up to my light here. So I'm going to go get because like an idiot, I didn't bring the nuts for securing that. So bear with. Okay, I'm back. So that can go down before I drop it. We're all ready to go now, so just going to wire this up. Like I say, we can keep all our CPCs intact now. Okay, so just need to put that in a two-way Wago. The earth path all the way through. Okay, because the terminals are quite decent in those, so that we can double these over. Coming to power it all up now, so and also pairing process. So it's just literally a straightforward, simple switch on here. So we're going to energize it. We're going to press and hold your pairing button until it goes to red. Flick the switch. So it's now paired between the two. So we can then get the cover back on. But I'm going to take you outside so you can see the functional side of that's working. Okay, so the functional side now is just to make sure that that's all working as it should be. So literally straight as forward as that, and now that can be mounted absolutely anywhere in the house. You sort of say it's got double-sided tape and things like that you can put on the back. And like I say, perfect job for this one really, to be honest, because the patio's all done. You're not going to be digging all that up, are you, just to get the light on in there. So that's that job done. Just need to put the cover on, label it all up, and on to the next one. Okay, so we're going to give a bit of a wear them out. I've just had a bite to eat. Also the client, like I say, they're working in up there. So what I've had to do, I'm going to have to try and explain through what I've had to do up there, which is I thought it would just be a straight spur off the ring. But it turns out somebody's already beat me to it and put a spur straight in. Whether that's original or not, I'm not entirely sure. I'd hope to think not in a new build, but you never know. So what I've had to do then, so the cable for the old light, which is up here, is directly wired in through the flex straight into the back of the ring main socket, or ring final if you want to be all special about it. So yeah, so what I've done is obviously taken that out, and then what I've had to do is then put another fuse spur by the side of it and extend the ring. So if for those of you who don't know what that means, it basically means, so you've got your two ends of your ring, yeah? So what I've then had to do is take one end of the ring, attach it into my new fuse spur, and then from the other side of the fuse spur then back into the socket, just in case you didn't know. For all you Sparkies that do watch this channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? So what I've done is I've ripped all that down now, so it's now left in a situation where I've got my cable hanging out up here. So again, same process, whisker box on, whisker box is going to go on there, take care of that, and a new Luceco light. So the light that's going to go up is a PR, because that is basically what we want to achieve here, because this is the driveway, as you might have gathered, with the Garugio just there. So I'll get that all mounted up, and yeah, let's get cracking and then get the power back on. Okay, because we want the light mainly to aim down that way, we're going to use one of these. So you can buy these. It's an adaptable bracket which then effectively will turn my light that way, if that makes any sense. because I mean, you can like mount the light up sort of sideways and stuff, but if you can put an actual bracket on, it's a better job. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so we'll bring you in for a bit of a closer look up there, but we're all sorted, but I think you can tell what we're trying to achieve. So with the bracket and stuff like being like this, so yeah, we've got to seal this up anyway, but so that's where the old one came through. So with the bracket like this, it gives it a better view, obviously for going down the driveway for activation, whereas before, as you can see, it was actually on the angle like this. So without trying to pull that out, I can end up blowing a big part of that brick. So is it better? So better of two evils is to leave that alone, which is what I've decided to do. So yeah, so I've just got to turn it on now. So turn it on, and then I've got to obviously test it, make sure everything's all good and things like that. But yeah, and then just set it up, set the sensor up, make sure it's activating exactly where the client wants it. So I'll go through the client with that. So let's go and tune that fuse spur on. Okay, that's it. So thank you very much for watching. So just to recap, obviously, so the actual wireless switch as well, I didn't quite realise, but I've picked up the Wi-Fi version as well, so they can control that via the phone, which is another little added bonus there. So yeah, so we've gone through all the setup and stuff for the PIR light down there, so when they come on to the drive, it's all going to be set up nice and illuminated, so everyone knows what's going on. And also, if some little person who doesn't belong on the property is also going to get picked up. But yeah, so like I say, overall, a really nice little job to sort out, quick, easy when you're using the right kit, and also having the right client. So like I say, go and check Tradeify out as well. So that has made a massive difference just on this job alone, just being able to actually just process the job nice, quick and efficiently. And here I am doing it as we speak. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do so. Links in one of the corners. If you can turn notifications on, you'll get a little message to say that we have dropped another video, whether that's a short, because we do smash out quite a few little shorts. But yeah, whatever you're doing, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.